Yeah, there's things going on in the background, so I put something on here for the back. Just checking out things, seeing what's going on, people. Yeah, there's some chicken frying in the background. Gotta love the chicken.
Chicken fajita.
Yep, some chicken fajitas. Gotta love that. I'm pretty excited about that. If I can bring it into the picture here. Oh, yeah, look at that, people. Mmm. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Try one better.
You want me to try one?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it tastes like. Pretty good. Figure I'll try that out here in a minute. Mm-mm-mm. Give me just a second. Oh yeah. Figure since I'm in here, might as well get something a little eat. See what's going on. I know it's breakfast time, but I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. Got my little tortilla. Got a little bit of this on here. Nothing like chicken fajitas in the morning, right? Oh yeah. A little chicken fajita in the morning is pretty good.
Is it nice?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So, anybody's just watching this and stuff. I did put an announcement out this morning. If you didn't know, you might want to check the peso exchange rate. I think it said something like 58 pesos to the dollar. That's huge. Not that anybody's going to actually give you that much, but since they do, it's out there. You probably get 57 unless you go to your bank. So just keep that in mind if you're out there doing some money exchanging and stuff like that. Fajitas in the morning. Mm-mm-mm. So, figured I'd call, or not, sorry, not call, but I put this out there and stuff because being this close to Christmas time, if you're doing any last minute shopping here in the Philippines, or you're planning on coming to the Philippines, you might want to get yourself some pesos ahead of time. It's the lowest, I saw it hit the lowest it had seen since they started recording it per my phone anyways. So as I look at my phone here, so $1 equals 58.74 pesos, which means, $20 or $25 is 1,468 pesos. That's a pretty big deal. So if you look at the max here, since it's recorded, it's really at the lowest level. Pretty good deal. Daniel Berry Sports. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I love it.
Oh yeah. So sorry about that, guys. Need to eat some of that stuff. It was good.
Eat more.
I will. I'll eat some more. But yeah. So, anyways, I'm coming to you live from Cebu City in my condo. Figured I'd check this out and see how many people different times of the day get on this live thing. So far, I think my best one was in the evening, which would have been morning time back in the States, evening time here. Right now, I figured since it's morning back in the States, about 8:59, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, which means it is almost 10 o'clock here in the Philippines. I'd get on here and see what anybody checks in or try it out and see how things are going. So if anybody's got any questions or if you want to know anything or anything else like that, just let me know. So I guess that'd be a good time to kind of go over some of the stuff, some of the comments I got. Why not, right? Let's check out some of the comments. Maybe we can read them out loud, see what's going on. Live morning stream. All right, here we go. Community.
Oh, I'm seeing.
Yeah, you can pop in and out. How about that? So let's see. Let's view all the comments. We can talk about some of the different stuff that's going on. Yeah. So I put it out this morning about the pesos to the dollar falling and stuff, which I just told you about. And interesting, got a guy here in California, and this is what he said. He said, "Here in California, I went shopping today with my favorite chocolates. Sea Candy See's Candy box for $30. It used to be $15 before, and now it's doubled. He was shocked at the price hike. Oh yeah, prices are just going through the roof, and the sad part is most of it is taxes. I don't know, but he said that everywhere, even in Europe, people are all over Europe and they're moving to Southeast Asia countries. His friend lives in London, but he has moved to a cheaper country in the Czech Republic. He said it was getting ridiculous. That's kind of crazy, you know. But you got to move out of your own country. But I moved here to the Philippines, so I know I was doing the same thing. So another guy said the reason the peso was going down and the American dollar was going up was Trump has power. That guy did make the needle move on the dollar in the stock market. That's for sure. I know Bitcoin went through the roof, went over $100,000 per Bitcoin, and it's funny because I remember watching Bitcoin when it was $20, and I was like, wow, $20 for digital money that you can't even spend. Now look at it; it's worth over 100,000. That's crazy. And I got another guy here. He said, enjoy it while it lasts. His first trip to the Philippines was in 2007. He said, I think I got like 44 pesos when I exchanged, but the prices were a lot lower back then. In 2015, my Filipina and I bought our house here in Cebu City. When the exchange rate was 44, and now our house has almost doubled in price. That happens. That's what happens. And a brand new SUV when the peso was 55 pesos to the dollar last year. So the peso goes down. My payments are a little lower each month. Just hope it stays above 55 a little while longer. I understand that. I mean, you get a lot more money for your dollar. If the peso goes back to 44 again, though, it's going to be really tough for foreigners on a low budget. Have fun out there and enjoy the dollar here in the Philippines. I mean, he's not lying. If it actually drops down, that is going to hurt a lot of foreigners' budget, especially those that are on like Social Security. I mean, those guys getting 1,600 US dollars a month that are living pretty good. That mid-range price or cost of living, whatever you want to call it. They're doing pretty good. But if it drops to 44, that eats away their purchasing power, and that means that they're spending more on their rental and or their food costs or anything else. And yeah, it's going to hurt. I know it is. And then Danny McKenzie, shout out to you. He said that Jerome Powell had cut rates today 0.25%, and markets got hammered. And he said he was down big time. Yeah, that happens. Unfortunately, we don't control the stock market and we don't control the interest rates. But I'll tell you what, I really do miss those 2%. What do you call them? Interest rates for housing loans. Those were nice. It's kind of crazy when you sit there and think about it. You go buy a $500,000 house, and you're paying like 3 and some change for your mortgage, and they start raising those prices on the interest rate to try to curb inflation. But did it curb the inflation? No, it didn't. It actually kept getting worse. I don't know if any of you guys realized it or not, but you think about, they sit there and tell you that the inflation rate was 8%, or it's only 5%, or this year total round. That's not true. Everybody knows it. I mean, when you go up and eggs are $1 more, month after month, and now you're paying $10 for a 12 pack of eggs or 24 pack of eggs, whatever it is, and you're like, that's 25% price increase. That's not 8%. And they try to tell you that overall, that's what it is, but that's not true. The cost of clothes goes up. The cost of gas goes up. They tax you. They raise prices on everything. And unfortunately, the consumer is the one that always pays the price, So if they have to raise prices to increase wages or anything else, all they do is just tack that right on the end of the bottom line. So, it's a vicious cycle, and it's never going to change, unfortunately. So let's see, what else do we got? Let's see here. Oh, so this is for, is it better to date a younger woman in the Philippines? So Keith Jetski, shout out to you. Good video, dude. I appreciate that. Arizona Bill, shout out, bud. It says it's just children and dogs when it comes to unconditional love. Yeah, maybe it's whittling away at this point. Maybe women are losing their status for the unconditional love. But that's how it was when I saw it, at least. Let's see here. So we got Raffaello. Let's see here. He said, we live in a society that values money over love. I guess when you say that, older men bring value, then what you are saying is that he brings money. Yeah, it's not our business that older men are going out with younger women, just as it's not our business that a man is living with his mom or dad. By the way, 10 years age gap is nothing, but when you're talking about a person in their 60s getting involved with someone in their 20s, it's a big difference. But it's still a lot my business. It's still not of my business. And if he's using her, she's using him, both of them are using each other as it is. A man living with his mom, he's living in his 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's their problem, is it not? Well, yeah, it's definitely their problem, all the way around. Doesn't matter if you're dating someone younger or you're living at home with mommy and daddy or whatever else. I mean, although I couldn't personally imagine living at home with my parents, but that's just how I was raised. Um, Once you hit 18, it's time to go. You get out there and you get your own place, you rent a room, you get a job or you go to school full time, something of that nature. So, and really, when it's coming to dating someone over that's over 10 years age gap, I mean, that's just none of my business. If they're happy with their situation, then great, and if they're not, I mean, they can move on and try something different. Not that when you think about it, it's kind of hard for people that don't live in that system or society where it is more common, um, when they have those large age gaps. Like for me personally, when you have an age gap that large, it's hard for me to comprehend, what do you have in common? What do you have that you likes are the same? Um, you know, but I'm not them, and so when you do that, it's different. I mean, if they find some commonality or they have some things that they like to do together or don't do together, I mean, that's up to them. And if they're doing that and they're happy with one another, I mean, who knows? Maybe they got a thing for watching movies together. Maybe they got a thing for walking on the beach. Maybe they like to go out to dinner and they share food or drinks or whatever the case is. Whatever their commonality is, whatever sparks their interest, and I'm happy for them, really. Pie Cash, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. How are you doing? So let's see, what else do we got here? Ah, the Cinemar, it's called the Certificate of No Marriage. Yeah, I was putting that out there because I couldn't remember. Couldn't save my life. It just slipped my mind. Like I had a total brain fart when it came to that. But yeah, if you guys need to know if someone's married or anything like that, you can request one of those. Um, where do you request one of those at?
Cinemar.
Yeah, where at the
Online, please.
Oh, so you can go online. So just so you know. Let's see here. And Keith also said, yeah, it is better. They have less drama and brain damage. Most over 30 are hiding a husband, kids, etc. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say that that doesn't happen, but on the other side of that, I just seen that actually happen. Somebody was definitely married and hiding kids and had a husband, and Um, well, what can you say? I mean, there are people out there. There are scammers out there. They're doing it. I wish it didn't, but nothing you can do about it. You got to take the good with the bad, and there is definitely not a perfect world or a perfect place. Um, but on the other side of that, she treated him really nice. She was really good to him. Let's see. Next one. Back to Danny again. It's a great video, Trey. Agree 100%. Looks like you're settling in pretty good. Yeah, after being here now for like 8 months, going on 9, um, I'm getting the gist of things. I'm learning how things work. Um, I'm still getting over this cough and cold. Can't shake it, but yeah, I am settling into things, and that's that's pretty nice because you kind of get used to things. You know where things are. You know how things are working. In the general sense, you're still not going to know everything. It'll take a long time to get to do things. Like yesterday I was able to pick up my plates for my car, and I bought my car here in October. So, it took all the way from then. And I met another guy from Florida and his wife and his kid. They had been here for about a year. And they they were telling me that I got it fast. It took them close to a year to get theirs. So things do move slow here. That's for sure. Um, on the other side of that is I'm still waiting on my original ORCR. It's like a registration, but they did give me a temporary one with a stamp on it. So at least I got that, and it's legal to drive, which they tell you can't drive. If anybody watched my video, I got a ticket in the Philippines. The paperwork they give you, and you have 7 days to drive it and do the things that you need to do with it. But the officer, the LTO officer that pulled me over, told me that that's not true. You only have the one day, and you have to drive it straight home. And I told them that's not what the paperwork says. That's not what your rules say. But can't argue with them. And they gave me a ticket for it. Then I went back and I checked on it. Yep, sure enough, I had 7 days to drive on it, waiting for my new for my license plate, my ORCR to come in. But it does take a long time. So, like I said, October 22nd, something like that, I think it was when I bought it. And I just got my plate yesterday. But good thing was about after 30 days, they gave me the temporary ORCR. So I was able to drive the car around legally at that point. But I did get the hard plates and I put them on this morning. That's what I did first thing when I got up. I had to get some screwdrivers and different tools because they use different bolts to put the temporary plates on there. That was crazy. And then of course, the plates didn't actually fit. The holes didn't line up with the actual installation holes, which was I had to do some modifying. It was definitely fun. So let's see here. What else do we got here? I was told I was silly. So oh, I got beat up in the video. One, if you guys watch that one, it says, "So you never got beat up in the Philippines." Pretty misleading title. I laughed at that one because if you watched it, Jenny Lynn actually told me she was going to beat me up, and she was like, because I showed her with her face mask on. Pretty funny, but yeah, what you guys don't realize is that she likes to hit, and she says it's my love language. And the other thing she does is she bites. I like to tell people she doesn't bite, but I know I'm lying. She does bite a lot. So, other question here: how much was the new camera in the Philippines? So, $659 in the U.S. on Amazon. That he wanted to wait until he got to the Philippines to buy one. Well, this little handy dandy thing right here, the Osmo 3 creator pack was $699, and So things I will tell you, if you're going to buy electronics or anything else, they are more expensive here. Um, their taxes, their tariffs, whatever you want to call it. Um, Philippines don't really make too many electronics, to be honest with you. They don't manufacture a lot of things here. So everything has to be imported. Yeah, everybody in my house is coughing. Um, so if you're thinking about coming over from the US, my suggestion to you, if you're going to buy a computer, buy it there. If you're going to buy a camera, buy it there. Put it in your luggage, put it in your bag, bring it over with you. It'll be harder to get here. Um, you can order stuff online and you can get stuff off of Amazon. I had a subscriber telling me that, Amazon's been pretty good getting free shipment from California to here um, relatively fast. But that's not the consensus from everyone. The other thing is that um, Lazada. So Lazada is like Amazon here. So if you know anything, go on to Lazada.com, check it out. You can buy stuff. And something that's different than from in the US is that they do COD, cash on delivery. But I have heard, haven't seen it myself, but I have heard that there's a lot of scammers on Lazada. So COD is the best method, so you can make sure that you got the right product and what you're supposed to do, because you can refuse shipment then. But with that being said, everything I seem to buy from Lazada is coming from Manila, or the other 90% of everything I bought came from China. Didn't realize it at the time, but so they ship it and they put it in there and it goes to Shanghai or wherever, and then they put it on a boat and it floats over here. They drop it off, then it goes to a certain place. So you can wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Okay, so let's see here. Cons of the Philippines. Let's respond to that. It says, what if you're dying, unconscious in these countries? You can't pay before. They just let you die? No, they're not going to just let you die. But what here, at least here in the Philippines, they're going to help you out and stuff like that. But they got a guard, and they're not letting you out until you pay or somebody pays for you. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't cost a lot to go to the doctors or the hospitals or anything else. I mean, unless you have some catastrophic injury, I mean, pretty much cash payer system is the way to go. So with that being said, you can get your medication dirt cheap. It's not like in the States. You can go see a doctor for like 10 US dollars. Your prescription's like $5. I mean, really, it seems kind of pointless to do that. But on the other side of that, if you are an older person and you want to come over here and finish out your days, you might want to think about getting some of the insurance. And you're going to need to do that. They do sell insurance here, but just remember, the older you are, the more costly it is. Just like in the States, at some point they just won't even cover you. And you have to go on Medicare or whatever. And that's the only way you get any health care or health coverage. But on the other side of that is you're not walking into a doctor's office or somewhere for a doctor's visit and paying $10 out of pocket without insurance. It's just not going to happen. So, other thing is, if you're doing dental work here, it's stupid cheap. I had a tooth pulled in the very back in the States, and they charged me with my insurance coverage over $700. Come here, they're going to charge you $25 to pull that tooth. Cleaning, $20, whatever. I mean, you're not even, that's less than your copay for most insurances. At least it was for mine. I had to go in and pay $35, or in which it got bumped up recently to, I guess, $45 as a copay. Doesn't make sense. Look, you could come over here if you're having some dental problems and get your teeth cleaned, get some dental work done, and spend less here and go on vacation for less than you're going to spend on your doctor's visit or dentist visit back home in the States. Shaking my head on that one is just why? Why does it cost so much? Let's see here. What do you run? Oh, a guy asked, why do I run lettering at the bottom of my video? It's irritating to him. Well, first and foremost, I did it because I liked it. Secondly, I was watching some stuff because I'm trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing, and there was a suggestion to keep people, interested. It helps them like mark where they're at, what the topic's going to be or changing to, or anything like that. So that's why I do it. It's not to irritate anybody. Unfortunately, I can't please everyone, right? I make one person happy by doing it, and another person's irritated. That's all you can do. Instead of, discerning dash. Instead of saying cheap or super cheap, say affordable or super affordable. When we say cheap, it's relative to US because we have USD, but it's not cheap for the locals, and it can sound offensive. Gotcha. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's definitely more affordable. I didn't know that. And you know what? That's why I want you guys to talk to me and let me know, because how we feel or say things are different. And I found out, especially talking to Jenny Lynn, you say one thing and it's not the same meaning, or they can take offense to it. So, and I'm not meaning it that way. And so I appreciate that little heads up. So super affordable and affordable. That's great. So let's see here. Another person put on here, Cebu rocks. They like Cebu, obviously. Let's see here. Happy holidays from everyone from Virginia. Virginia. I used to live there. Wonder what part of Virginia are you from? I lived in Northern Virginia. I actually went to high school in Northern Virginia. Went to Potomac Senior High School there. No problem. Certainly dash. No problem. As an American myself, I've been trying to adapt and saying affordable to just trying to help. Cool. Oh, Fairfax. Nice. Thanks again, bud. Yeah, I spent a lot of time there in Fairfax. I worked in Fairfax right off of Lee Highway when I was right out of high school before I went into the military. Spent a lot of days up there. It's probably still crowded. Traffic, people, overpriced. I mean, it is what it is, though, right? Springfield Mall, 95 interchange, Route 1. Go to Woodson High School? Cool, very cool, man. Nice. Yeah, I have quite a few friends that still live there that never left. I got the hell out of Dodge, though. And I was like, you know what? This is getting too much. After I got out the military, and I went to work in D.C. in Bethesda, up at Department of Homeland Security and Carter Naval Surface Warfare Center up there. I was up there, and having to get up at 3:00 in the morning to commute to work was, and it take a couple of hours. That'll beat a body up. You go out there, you do your 8 to 10 hour day, and you got a couple hour commute to go home. That's rough on anybody. So, but that's cool that you're in Northern Virginia. Yeah, I know a little bit about that area. Spent many years there. Yeah. So let's see here. What is the next comment here? So, broken man in the Philippines. Response. All right. So, yeah, that one was the one that kind of took off everything when I started this whole thing. It says, "You're in the Philippines, isn't it? Common Man is an let's see, amazing place to stay. Find a way to make your life better, happier. Try reacting to singers and to the country will change your mood. Listen and react to the golf singers, Katrina Velarde and Whitney Houston melodies, things like that. House of the Rising Sun, all great music. And you know what? If anybody doesn't know or hadn't figured it out, music is everywhere here in the Philippines. I mean, it's not just karaoke, which is everywhere. Karaoke in the morning, karaoke at night. Hell, I've been caught doing karaoke myself. In fact, I got somebody was taking a video of me doing karaoke. Um, but music's playing everywhere. They come out, they have these festivals, they got music going. You know, you go out there in the nightlife, they got music going and stuff like that. In fact, um, if it's not raining tonight, I am actually going to go over here to IT Park and see what's going on. Because last time I was over there, they had this place it's full of food and lots of people, and they had some live music going on. I mean, it was really cool. Mommy Kathy Rose, what's up, baby? Woo woo! Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyways, back to that. That might be my plan for the night if it's not raining, because it's the rainy season here, and it seems to ruin your plans if you want to go outside and do things. All right. Another video I did was about transactional relationships in the Philippines. Yeah. um, Says I agree 100%. Let's see here. What else we got here? Money, alcohol, women in the Philippines. Let's see what this person had to say. Drinking is not good, but the girls that cry for you to support their children and all their problems, especially the internet. Ooh, I'm not saying that. And the Philippines is a big sting. Shout out to Seth Boy to wake up. It's already afternoon. My God. Seth, are you there? Are you watching? Is it time to wake up? It's too early. It's not even noon yet. What are you doing up? Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, drinking's not good for you, and neither are women. But we still like both of them. I'm just saying. Um, there, all I can say to you, Bud, is that what, to each their own. I'm not telling you what to do. Do your thing, right? If you like to drink, drink moderately, though. I want to see you get home safe. That's important. Oh, Seth woke up when he heard my voice. That's right. I'm knocking on your door. I'm coming into your home. You can hear me now. The question is, can you see me? Can you hear me now? Can you? Let's see here. Discerning dash. Every relationship is transactional. If you have a good Filipina, she'll treat you like a king. After coming to the Philippines in 2023, it's easy to give up on an American woman. I lost all interest. Oh, okay. Absolutely. I agree. That's the reason I put it out there. You know, you got to get something out of it. I don't care if it's the guy or the girl or both people. Like I said in my video, if you watched it, every relationship is a transactional relationship. And if you're not getting something out of it or giving something out of it, they really are not going to talk to you. They're not going to have anything to do with you. And for the most part, from what I've seen in my experiences, and that's the key here, my experiences, I see how people act and the things that have been done to me personally, And I thought things were okay, and they weren't. Um, I'm gonna get to that in just a second. Let me finish responding here. So, you know, I'll just put it out there. Screw it. You know, every person I have been with um, has always been looking for bigger, better, the next best thing, what they could provide that I couldn't. And unfortunately, even as a young man, you know, um, I screwed up. I was with my high school sweetheart, and I was in the Navy. My first year, I was gone at sea underwater, which means no contact, for 9 months. And so, with that being the case, she ran out. Yeah, and just so you know, um, she's from Northern Virginia too. Went to high school there with her. But she ran off with some other guy while I was gone at sea. It is what it is. Took my kid and ran off. It is what it is. But she went after another military guy. Um, so unfortunately, that caused a whole bunch of problems, and you definitely have to deal with them and learn to deal with them. But the interesting thing about that is, my oldest daughter at this point, her mama told her that she would leave her new husband um, in a heartbeat for a general or somebody with money. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, and he's got a career in the or in the Air Force. I know he's been there like 25 years or something at this point. So he's got to be making somewhere decent money, especially for where they're at. Because they're not in Virginia. But the fact is the fact. I mean, I know that man works 2 jobs. He does a part-time job, and he's full-time in the Air Force. So, and he's got 25 years in. So obviously, he's doing whatever he's got to do. But the fact that she told her husband that she would leave him for a general or for money, that tells you everything you need to know. So, and my last one, she was trying to get this guy to pay for her an apartment, and he was sweet talking her, saying he had all this money, but he wouldn't leave his wife the whole time. But she wouldn't leave me because I paid for everything. Took care of the house, I took care of the cars, I took care of everyone else. I paid for it all. So she stuck around just for that reason. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Have you considered vetting a Filipina or made a video yet? You know what? That is a good question. And no, I haven't made a video on vetting a Filipina. And to be honest with you, a Filipina is going to be able to vet you a hell of a lot faster than you can vet her. I'm going to just be honest with you. They may not have the same education as you, they may not have gone to college, but they know more about you, your life, your past, your history than you even know. They figure it out. They are stalkers. They will check you out on every social media platform. They'll do everything and anything they can just to figure out who you are, what you're about. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Do you have kids? Do you have a job? Whatever the case is. Yeah. Jenny Lynn is back there laughing because I know she did that to me. Yeah. She's definitely a spy.
Investigator.
I mean, the CIA should be hiring Filipinas. They really
They're
should.
good at that.
FBI ain't got nothing on them. So, how do we vet people? You know, I mean, think about that. How do we vet these Filipinas? Basically, you have to spend time with them. You have to kind of search them out on Facebook. You have to look them up on Instagram. You have to see if they got other things that, you know, for you to do that. You know, the what is it? Codar CR. Anyways, that thing I can't even say it right now.
What?
How you check see if they're married or whatever. Cinemar. You know, you do it online, but it's not an instant thing. You know, you can spend months with someone and not even know it, and they're good at hiding things. I mean, everybody else knows what's going on, but you don't. You know, so if you don't know Bisaya or Tagalog or something like that, start learning keywords. I mean, it's important. I mean, women and pets are loved unconditionally. If you're not a woman's best choice, she will have a wandering eye. Men really are the ones that love unconditionally. It's why it's hard to get over a woman. I understand. I feel you. That's kind of how I felt. That's kind of why I put it out there like I did, you know. Because, I mean, if you think about it, you'll forgive a woman if she does something wrong. You'll go buy her stuff. You'll try to do things for her, try to make her happy. Kids, same thing. You know, they can get in trouble. They don't do their schoolwork. They get in trouble with the law. They get arrested. They get caught drinking, whatever. You still love them, you know. And of course, there's your dog. I mean, the dog can poop in the house and you're still going to love it. It might upset you, and you're working on training them, but you're still going to love them. Because you know what? This is what I found out. My boy Jackson, all right, I got an English bulldog. No matter what, every single day, if I leave the house, he's met me at the front door when I come home. When I'm leaving the house, he walks me to the front door. If I'm at home, he's sitting next to me, jumping on my lap, which, you know, an English bulldog, they're kind of heavy, but they're small. You know, that dog loves me no matter what. And in return, I love him no matter what. I mean, it's sad because my daughter, she goes, "Dad, you love that dog more than you love us." And I was like, yeah, I do. But I would say that they don't talk back, but Jackson talks back. And if you don't share your food with him, he lets you know it. And if you piss him off, he gives you the side eye. But yeah, that is very, very true. All right, where am I at here? Let me get back in. Let's see. He responded, but only to find out that is not video call. That's funny. Let's see here. Hey, son of all, how lucky. Yeah, you hear that a lot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of funny. I hear son of all a lot. If you don't know what son of all means, it's Bisaya, right? Or Tagalog?
It's Bisaya.
It's Bisaya in Tagalog. I've been explained that it means how sweet, how lucky, you know. Basically, they wish that was you or it was them,
like that.
you know.
It's not logo.
So, yeah, they kind of make up their own words and go along. It's really true. If you'll learn the words and then they'll shorten them. It's kind of like they don't point at anything. If you don't know, they use their lips and their eyes. I was like, "Are you trying to get a kiss or something?" And then I had no idea.
First time.
Yeah, the first time I saw that, I laughed. God, I laughed. I busted out laughing. It was literally, I'm like, "What do you want?" Filipinos say that when they see it with a foreigner. Yep. Every day. Every time I go out with someone or, you know, out there.
No one will know you're pointing someone.
Yeah.
So we're using our lips.
Yeah. Well, he says that all the Filipinos say "sana all" when they see you with a foreigner, and it's like, yeah,
yes.
absolutely, they do. Um, what's really funny though is when they start a full blown conversation, and hell, I even had one that asked to borrow me for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing I know, I'm being asked to be pimped out. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not going back there. In fact, I won't even go into that store anymore. I send Jenny Lynn into the store. I'm like, you go get it. I'm not going in there. But it's kind of funny.
She just want to borrow you. You're being selfish.
I'm being selfish. Yeah. Sharing the love, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can pad your wallet. All right. Let's see here. So here's one. My Philippine introduction from Cebu City. Yeah, that's when I first started. It's about a month ago. It says, Trey, how were you able to retire at 47? Did your job give you a good pension? Most vloggers I watch are quite a bit older. Well, that's an interesting topic. Yeah, because I would have accepted being pimped out. That would not happen in the U.S. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was telling
Yeah, but
the
do you really want that though? I mean, think about it. She could pimp you out to someone it may not be good.
Just one day.
You're not funny. Anyways, we'll talk about that. So let me finish this. So, how was I able to retire at 47? Well, I'm 47 now. Here's the funny thing. I retired a few years ago.
At 44?
2001 or 2002. I don't remember. It was one of those. In fact, I got my actual retirement papers. Well, yes, I got a good pension. I worked for the government. I was in the military. I invested some money. I put into what we would call a 401k. It's a TSP, is what we call it. You know, and let's just say I put everything in line, and I made a plan, and I knew I was going to retire early. My actual goal was 55. But COVID happened, and I was going through my finances, and I was going through all my stuff. I had the time in. I had everything, that I needed to have to drop my retirement paperwork. And once I realized, and I got to a point where I was making the same amount of money retired as the amount of money I was working my normal job, not my part-time jobs, not my side hustles, just my normal job. I was like, that's it. I'm retiring. And so at that point, I just started dropping all my paperwork. And once they got approved, boom, boom, it was stacking. And it took about 6 months before everything kicked in. And I got all the final approvals and all the other stuff for early retirement and, everything done. And, but once it was all said and done, it was great. They back paid me from the time I put my stuff in. I had saved up enough money to live off of it for a little while. Started traveling. I moved to Florida. Got really bored of that. COVID. You know how it is. In Florida, at least you didn't have to walk around with a mask on everywhere. And they didn't shut everything down. You could still do things. So there was some small inconveniences, but at the most part, it was a better fit for me versus where I was living at that time. It was North Carolina because I was on the southern Outer Banks area. So, but yeah, I did do that. I did retire early, and it was probably the best decision I ever made. It allowed me to do things. Me and my kid went on some trips. We went on some cruises. We went over to Europe, went down to Mexico, went to the Philippines. We went all over the place and stuff like that. Obviously, I came here to the Philippines, and I liked it enough that I came back here and I just haven't left. I've been here, like I said, about 8 months, 9 months, who knows at this point, since last April. I don't even know what day it is half the time. I mean, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. I go to sleep. I don't care what day it is. My days don't change. I get up, I have my coffee, smoke a cigarette, go off, do something. Maybe I go out. Maybe I go over to the mall. Maybe I go to Fridays, get something to eat. Maybe, I go do a little shopping. I want to go explore for the day, go check out some sites. If I get really bored, go over to the other island, which I need to go back over. I haven't, because this sickness thing is, I don't like it. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm really not feeling it. So, but my days just run together. I don't even know what day it is. And trust me, I get it wrong a lot. I was like, is it Tuesday? I'm like, oh, geez. So, let's see here. Another comment I got here was says, life is not all only happiness. Always remember that. Right? It's not. You got to take the good with the bad. That's just like me going out here and, trying to tell people that the Philippines is all sunshine and rainbows. Guess what? It's not. And it's not for everyone. There's poverty. There's beggars. There's, people minimum wage, which minimum wage here is ridiculously low. Right? I mean, I think it's somewhere around $9 a day or something, US dollars. That's crazy to me. But cost of living's cheaper. And people survive off of that. As an American, I mean, obviously, I don't want to live like that, and nor do I. I think I could lower my standards down to how they do it. But they do it, and they're happy about it, and that's fine. It works for them. Me personally, going out here and only working for $9 a day, I spend more going out to eat at Fridays at the mall than they make in a whole day. It would take them 2 days pay, and that's kind of sad. But yeah, they do it. I mean, when you come out here, you can find rent, for 5,000 pesos, which is less than $100 a month. Or they, here's something to talk about. So Filipinos and Filipinas are very frugal. They know how to pinch a penny. They buy generic everything. They will buy cheap over expensive. They will buy, I'm sorry, forgot about the whole cheap thing, but more affordable things over the expensive things. And so I find myself going, no. I'd rather spend a couple more dollars or a couple more pesos for some quality stuff that's going to last a long time. And it has worked out every single time. Jenny Lynn got her some shoes. Yeah, she bought some cheap shoes. She wore them out twice. They fell apart. I'm just saying, quality over quantity. So, but you know what? There's a lot of good things out there. And Jenny Lynn's brother came over, and super nice guy. And he showed up in flip-flops. He's a laborer. He works in flops. He walks around, he's from the province, and he has to stay away from his family for months on end to work over here to make money to take care of his kid. So you know what? I admire the guy for doing what he's got to do, But I found out he never had his own shoes, never had a real pair of shoes. He pretty much grew up, with what they call, slippers or flip flops or chanelas. That's it. That's the word they use, chanelas. So, and I looked at him and I was like, oh my God. And I was going to give him a pair of my shoes. Well, then I saw his foot, and my foot is twice the size of his. It wasn't working. So I took him over and got him a pair of Nike Dunks. And it was his first real pair of shoes. I tell you what, I've never seen somebody so excited over a pair of shoes.
I'm so sorry.
It's just one of those things, that makes you feel good helping someone out, protect their feet, do things that, but leather shoes, good soles, good shoestrings, something that at least lasts them a little bit. I was just going to give him a pair of mine, but like I said, foot's like twice the size of his, which is kind of crazy. And the other thing is I don't know if anybody has noticed, but as American, European, all these the Filipino people, they're a lot smaller than us, like in general, where I felt like I was average height or, average size. In fact, I thought I had an average shoe size, which is, normal across the board. But come to find out, as my first trip over here, I was in Dubai catching my second leg of the flight over, and it was coming to Cebu City, and they called us up there because I had a little bit of a layover. And I'm not kidding when I say there was 200 Filipinos or Filipinas that bum rushed that gate and broke in line in front of me. I'm not kidding. And I had a business class ticket, and they just barged their way all the way up there. And I just kind of laughed at first because I was like, whatever. Nobody's going to take my spot because I got business class. And then I realized, and I looked for the first time. Remember, this is my first time. I could see over everyone's head. It seemed like they were 5 foot and below. It was a sea of them. All you saw was black hair and, salt and pepper hair and heads all everywhere. And they were just bum rushing. And what was even funnier, though, is there was about 4 or 5 of us Americans or Westerners type people that were on the plane. And I could literally pick them out because they towered over everybody. And I felt like I towered over everybody. And I was like, holy crap. That was no way. I didn't realize it. And that was kind of crazy to me. And that was my first introduction with learning about Filipinos or Filipinas, being smaller. Now I get to Cebu, and I will tell you, there's taller people here in Cebu, bigger people, but it's still a lot of short people here, and compared to us. Now I went over to Leyte, right? It's another island out in the province. Yeah, I'm taller than everybody. Period. It is what it is.
Uncle Romeo and Uncle Sito installed.
Yeah, there's 2 that, and if we stood side by side, we're actually the same height, but they're related. But everyone else I've met is actually shorter than me, and that's kind of crazy to me. So, I don't even. You talk about. I felt like I was in the Wizard of Oz there. And when Dorothy got to Munchkin Land, we represent. I know that was wrong, but that's how it felt. I was like, no way.
Tell them how cold I am.
Yeah. I mean, when I met Jenny Lynn, she tried to lie to me about her height.
I'm not lying.
But I found out she's only 4'7".
I'm 4'9".
Yeah, but she wants to tell you she's 4'9". Maybe with some 3-inch heels on or something. But either way, she's only up and reaching my shoulder right about there. So it's kind of crazy, but it was funny. She's like, you don't mind that I'm short, do you? I was like, no, everybody else is short too. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, you wouldn't be pimped out in America. That is a true statement. They don't want nothing from you in America. They want you to go out and take you out on a date. They want you to pay for it. Feed them, take them home, and bring food home for them to feed to their kids or their boyfriend or whoever else they're meeting later. I met a couple of people that had that problem. It goes back to that whole transactional relationship thing, you know. Can't get something out of it, they don't want nothing to do with you. I know, it's crazy. But it's funny how, you know, in life, and that keeps coming up, that, you know, you're good enough to take them to dinner, maybe pay for their drinks. God forbid you go out somewhere and you buy somebody a drink, which is what they want to do. They actually go out just so people will buy them drinks so they don't have to pay for it. But you're not good enough for anything else. You guys ever notice that how it's, I got my own money, I got my own job, but they spend their money on Amazon, going out with their friends, doing things they want to do, and your money is the money that pays the bills, buys the food, puts the shoes on the kids. I had that problem. And I didn't mind at first. But yeah, I brought my paycheck home, turned it over. As long as the bills were paid, I didn't care. That's all that mattered to me. Kids got, you know, food to eat, bills paid, clothes on their back, anything else, whatever. And then I started looking at the bills. Where's my money going? It was disappearing. And you question them, and guess what? Oh, I had to pay this, or I had to pay that, or something came up. I don't know. I actually had a long time ago, and it was a really, really long time ago. I had a Ford truck and almost paid off. And the bank came and repossessed it. I just put a lift kit on it. I just put some 35-inch tires. And my ex actually didn't pay my truck payment with my money. She spent it. Oh, God, sir. Do you find Filipino food appealing to your taste buds? Okay. Filipino food. That's a good topic. So, I love adobo. Tastes great. I like lumpia. I like some of the foods are okay. I love pancit and menudo, which tastes like stew. Yeah. Things that I don't like, though. I can't eat rice every day. As I get told, rice is life. And I get that for you. But I don't want rice every day. I want to change it up. I need something a little more than just rice. And you know what? That's okay. I mean, I'll eat the rice. Then, you know, if she makes the menudo or I get some of that, then I'll get some rice and dump it in there, try to give it a little flavor. But plain rice is just so plain. Now, I'll tear up that garlic rice, but the plain rice is just not for me. But, you know, there are some other foods, though. So, you know, let's just call it out. There's this thing called balut. I can't do it. No, I haven't tried it. No, I won't try it. I'm not eating the bones. I'm not swallowing it whole. I'm not doing it. I just can't. You can laugh, you can say whatever you want. I'm just the idea. No, I can't do it. But there are other things that I do like. Different.
Lechon.
Lechon's okay. As long as they don't give you all fat. You know, when they give you 75% of your lechon is just fat and not meat, there's a problem there for me. Now, there's this place in Cebu City, right? The House of Lechon. They're on point. They give you lechon, it tastes good. You see it, it's spicy, or you can pick your kind, right? And they got this little soup or dipping sauce that you can put in there. They give you the garlic rice. You can get it's good. Yeah, maybe I should go do a video there because it's really good. And you know what? Get there early. They're sold out every single day.
Yeah.
6 o'clock. You're not going there for dinner. When they open up at brunch, lunchtime, whatever, people start coming in. I've gone in at lunchtime, like right before the rush got there, sat down, and I walked out of the place because the House of Lechon had, like, there was 50 people sitting outside waiting for a table. That place is, they got it going on, and it's good. And I love that. So shout out to the House of Lechon. Yeah, I can do that. But how about Filipino Cacaninas? What is
the one that I like? Puto, the maha that I always buy in Metro.
Is that the bread stuff?
Yeah, like there, the kakanin.
Do I eat it?
I think you don't. You don't.
I guess I haven't tried it.
You don't like because of this their colors.
Oh.
Like the rice is thick. Some rice.
Yeah. So there's some turnoffs when it comes to color or texture. So I'm kind of weird. I mean they have this ube, a sweet potato. That's it's purple. I don't. It's not that it tastes bad, but it's just like I don't really want that. But is it edible? Guess what? Everything is edible with the exception of balut. It's not. It's not happening. I can't do it. You can't even trick me. I know.
It's nice with vinegar.
I don't care how nice it is. People can say it's nice with vinegar all they want, but I'm not eating it.
I just tried it this year also.
Ugh.
I was so curious. I didn't eat that.
Yeah, it is what it is, right, guys? But you know, all the food is edible. It's just a decision on, do you want to try something new? And my suggestion to everyone, try it at least once, with the exception of balut. Don't do that. In fact, I don't blame you. Dried fish. That's the other one that what she doesn't realize is that I've had dried fish before. But I don't want dried fish. Love fish though. But unfortunately, I'm Americanized. I want to fillet the fish. Sinigang and Sig Sig. Yes, I've had both of those a lot. It seems to be a regular thing in my house.
Yeah.
I had Sig Sig, the Sisig.
Tinola.
The first time I was at a festival in Leyte, and it was brought over to me. And I tell you what, those festivals over there in the province, they got it going on. Food's cheap. There's lots of it. Our food's affordable, super, super affordable. You know, I fed 4 people for $20 US. You know, drinks, food, and they were all different. Lots of, what is it, puto bread or something. They had those. We had desserts, you know, for less than $20. I mean, it was crazy. I gave them 1,000 pesos, and you know, they came back carrying. I mean, just carrying food. I was like, wow, like that was crazy. But I paid, so they went and got it. You know, I buy, you fly. That's how things work, you know. At least back in my world, it is. Uh, but yeah, I just threw away some Cinnabon because, unfortunately, when they make it in large quantities, and I can't eat that much. So, what else have I tried that's different? I don't know.
Tinola.
Canola?
Yeah,
What's
very
canola?
late. Late. The one that I make, the chicken soup thing, you tried that in Leyte.
Oh, yeah,
Filipino
canola.
summer.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, chicken soup.
Tinola.
Yeah, tastes like chicken soup. I make it myself. It is what it is. I like it. Um, so it says Karya. So where are you from, Karya? Karya? Karya. Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, we got 7 people in here. So yeah, what else we got going on? All right, let's see here. Let's go to the next one. Oh, wait a minute. A Filipino spy. Mm. I stare at you deadly. Mm. Oh, hmm. So you're a Filipino, not a Filipina. Hmm. Joking. I don't know. As I said before, you know, Filipinas should be working for the CIA and FBI. They can uh, they can spy on you and find out anything they want to know. Don't know what they do. Don't care. I don't pay attention. Emeritus. Ah, yeah, right. Chismoso. Hmm. Yeah, I see that a lot too. If there's gossip to be had, it gets out there. I know. And if there's no gossip, then they're calling around to find gossip. I mean, that people want to know. It's like the Inquirer. Inquiring minds want to know. So, oh, let's see here. So, why did you get beat up? I'm still waiting. From Skippy. If you haven't watched the video already, I caught Jenny Lynn in the bathroom with her face mask on, and she actually is like, "I'm going to beat you." That's what happened. That's why I titled it "I Got Beat Up" for this video, because she'll stare at me deadly. Let's see here. Richie or Rich, huh? Hey Trey, I just subscribed. Like your channel so far. Good luck with it. I'm going next month for a solo ride. Yeah, 3 weeks. All right, good deal. While exploring, not a beach vacation. Debating on retiring early out there versus working here till 62 to 65 in the U.S. Yeah, retire. Don't do it. The one thing that people say is that, you know, they wish they had more time and they wish that they had done something earlier. You know, nobody on their last day says, I wish I would have worked more. Go ahead and retire. If you got the means to do it, do it. Start your life. Enjoy what you got going on. Explore, have an adventure, you know, enjoy these years. You've worked this long. You've got out here and did all this stuff. Now it's time for you to go out here and do what you want to do for a change. It is what it is. Don't wait. Start now. If you can do it now. That's the truth. You know, I decided to retire early on purpose. I couldn't see myself working until the day I die. So I put the things in place and I did it. And you know what? For the most part, I'm pretty happy with my decision to do so. My biggest drawbacks, just so you know, is sometimes I get a little bored, and boredom can get you in trouble. So, um, take up a hobby, go explore, go do something, go places, see things. It is what it is. So, enjoy what time you got, do the things you always wanted to do, and do it with no regrets. Even if you make a mistake or screw up, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Go out there and, do what you got to do. Let's see. Having a maid in the Philippines is priceless. Yep, I did that. I have somebody who takes care of my house when I'm not there, over in the province, which is good because I'm not there. Um, if you didn't know, it's probably one of the best things you could do, especially if you're coming over here from the States. You know, doesn't cost a lot of money. They'll cook, they'll clean, they'll do your laundry, they'll run your errands for you, they'll go buy your groceries, they'll do whatever. And, it doesn't cost you a whole lot, comparatively speaking. All right. Well, let's see here. I've been on here for an hour and 21 minutes. All right. I'm going to do a few more. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll do a couple more read throughs and then I'm going to get off here. And I appreciate everybody that's joined in and talked to me and the questions. Great stuff. Gives me something to do so I don't get in trouble and be bored. Let's see here. Oh, here's one. This is from Jose. It was so different back in the 1976 Angeles City. It was very family-oriented town and religious. There were no bars around, and shopping was great. Yeah, Angeles City. They got a bad rap. They got walk, and that's what everybody thinks of when they talk about Angeles City. But on the other side of that, Angeles City is it's not Walking Street is not the town. It's just a tourist hangout spot. Let's be real. It's to get the money in. It's to get people to come there. Um, yeah, one of my trips that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a trip to Baguio. I want to go up there to the mountains and see the temperature difference in the summertime. So that's on my to-do list. And yeah, my Surigao trip that I was planning to do in the first the electricity just came back.
Yes.
Well, apparently it got some electricity back, but I'm not really sure if it's working everywhere, because it's been out for a few weeks now at this point. I hope it gets fixed. If it does, then I will start planning and go down there. I want to take some video, show everybody, and see what it's like. Before I decided to do this whole YouTube thing, I went to El Nido and Palawan and things like that. Let me tell you, that place was gorgeous. Reminded me of Thailand over in Phuket area and the Phi Islands, which apparently Phi is a bad word in Filipino language. So I didn't know that, but somebody told me. But that water was so blue and so green, and there was so many places. Like, it was great. If you enjoy that crystal blue water, that emerald green water, those slate rock cliffs, those mountains, they had James Bond Island over there, the one on the film, or Dr. something. It had to do with James Bond. I guess they filmed it there or something. They had the secret, place that I swam underneath the rocks. And there's a secret lagoon that was kind of cool, but it wasn't so secret because you know what? There was a lot of people there. It's a tourist spot. And, and there's other places. You go up, man, and you go on these little tours, right? And they bring food and they do like a little beach picnic. Man, they're out there cooking the fish, they're cooking the chicken, they're doing just straight up barbecuing, having all kinds of stuff, you know. And they got drinks and you're out there swimming. You spend a whole day out there. And I mean the whole day going from island to island, different spots, taking pictures, taking videos, whatever it is. And I wasn't thinking about it. I was just experiencing life, trying to go through. But I really should go back and film some of it because it was a really neat place. I only spent like 4 days there, but 3 days, 4 days, something like that. But it was so cool. And every morning I got out because my hotel was right on the beach. So sit there. They gave me breakfast, right on the water. It was cool. It was just it's what you think of an island paradise. What you talk about. Like I want to retire on a beach somewhere, drinking my mai tais. That's exactly what it was. I mean, I'm sure that it's not like that everywhere, but there it was where I was staying. I walked around, but and they souvenirs are super affordable. Get you a T-shirt for $5, maybe $3. Get you a magnet for 50 pesos or whatever. It's kind of crazy. Guitars and stuff that I saw there. You can buy a guitar. Looked like a really good guitar too. And they wanted like 3,500 pesos, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" If it wasn't for the fact that I had to get on a plane to go back to Cebu,
I think we can send it to
I would have bought that guitar.
LBC.
Oh,
And I want to move here in Cebu.
yeah.
We can do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. LBC, I'm sure you could, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. Let's see here. I got time for one more. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, let's see what Fruit Loop said. If you like isolation, South Florida is great. I lived here for 17 years. People are crazy no matter where you live. Philippines has their problems as well, but it's a different set of problems. You just have to pick your poison. Man, that's how it is. Pick your poison. It's not for everybody. Do they have problems? Yep. Is it something you can get over? Yep. But is it for everyone? And do you want to? No. Some people don't. So just keep that in mind, guys. We get off here at this point. I'm gonna wrap this up. I enjoyed talking to all you guys. It was great. Enjoyed it a lot. So maybe we'll do this again in a couple of days. Maybe I'll start scheduling it so people will know when it's coming. But yeah, all the questions, all the comments, appreciate it all. And I'm gonna get out here and start my day, and I'm gonna have another fajita. Eat up real quick, and then I'm gonna take a shower and get out here like I promised I would do, and see how things are going out there. There's a couple things I want to look at. I got to go and find a new place to live over here in Cebu, or I'm going to have to go move to Leyte full time. We'll see how that one goes. Trying to figure that one out, moving out of the condo. But I think I want to live on the outskirts of the city or in a smaller town. I mean, I got a car, got a scooter, I can get anywhere I need to go, so I don't have to live dead center. I can get wherever I want to go. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to start that hunt. If maybe today or tomorrow. I know I told Jenny Lynn I wanted to go look at some different places and check some things out. It's good to have a guide that knows where they're going, or at least can get you where you need to go. So any of you guys coming over here, if you're watching this, shoot me a message if you need some help, or if you even if you just need somebody to pick you up from the airport, hit me up. All right. If I can help and if I can do it, I will. If not, see me out there, say hi, just like the other people are starting to do, because I know there's actually quite a few people. All right. Thanks, man. What's my contact info? Look me up on Facebook. I did set up Trey's Adventures in the Philippines Facebook page. If you'll send me your an email, send me a message on here, and if you're coming over here or you want my private stuff, then because obviously I don't want it for everyone. All right, buddy. That's to you, my Northern Virginia friend. All right. I will talk to you later, okay? Peace out, guys.